Hi, this is Morgan Walton, and this is my video for my ePortfolio. So if we go to my artifact folder, I have my verification forms, the bibliography, some infographics that were used within my presentation for district, secondary, and elementary levels. This is from my candidate information. We have the communication, some of the activities that we did during the courses that I used in my presentations. Up here I have a external presentation that I used during a different time, not in a course. We've got my plan of study, the component tracker right here that shows all of my hours, the presentations, another infographic, and then down here we have my reflection and my resume. Looking at my goals video, I'm not going to play the video, but what we can see, my personal goals between the first next 1 to 5 years, which now we're in the second year from when I started that. I wanted to build my new home, and we are currently working on that, and complete our family. Next 7 to 10 years, I really want to travel more, still something I want to do. COVID kind of changed that, and maintain a healthy lifestyle. Beyond 10 years, go back to Germany and Switzerland, and then go to Alaska. Those are some of my personal goals. We can see here that my family was a big part of my video here. Professional goals, I wanted to complete my master's degree, which I plan to graduate next month. Get my administrative license. Within the next 6 to 10 years, continue growing as a classroom teacher and or look into administrative positions. I would even consider that within the next 1 to 5 years after taking this program. Beyond 10 years, be set as a school principal and lead my school to be successful for our students and our teachers. Why I chose Fort Hays, the cost was a huge reason. The reputation, obviously this is a very well-known school for education, and then the flexibility. And now knowing this, I would choose this college again. Professors have been wonderful. And then initial expectations, they were met, and I also have a new love for this profession, and I think this program really set me up and provided me with that solid foundation for becoming a building leader. My leadership philosophy. So really I said that I believe that educational leaders set the tone for the entire building. If the leader is not strong, the building is likely not to be as strong as well. My leadership style is ever-changing. As educators, we want our students to grow and learn daily, and I also want to do that as well. Obviously, that's one of the goals of all educators should have, but that's something that I really want to be focused on within my future of education, no matter what position I'm in. I believe that as a leader, it's my job to advocate for my students, the parents, and the teachers. And my job is to serve the students, and I can do that by serving the teachers and their parents as well. I'm a servant leader, and the students should see the direct results of my service. I will always advocate for my students. They are my top priority, and I will also always support my teachers. I know what it's like to be a classroom teacher who does not have administrative support. I never want my teachers to feel that way. So I plan to be very open and honest with my teachers, and hopefully they will return that with me. My students will know that they are loved, they are safe, they are important, and they are supported. Those are my 4 most important things for them. My teachers will know that they are valued, their opinion matters, they can ask for help, and that they are supported as well as the students. My goals would be to utilize my building administration degree and licensure to become a building leader. And I really want to be the building leader that I always wanted as a teacher. You know, the things that weren't so great as I'm a classroom teacher, I really want to change that and help lead a school to success and that's my ultimate goal. Have an ever-changing leadership style. I don't want to get stuck in a rut. I don't want to think that education's not changing. I always want to change with however education is changing. And then as for my students, my overall goal is to meet the social emotional needs of the whole child while providing a safe learning environment in which they can grow and learn daily. My plan of study just shows that I completed all of my assignments, or my courses, sorry about that, during the 2-year time that I was enrolled in the program. Took 3 classes last summer, took courses over both intersessions, and then 2 classes every semester for fall and spring as well. For my resume, we can see that I listed my skills being organized, having strong time management, communication, and interpersonal relations, and building a positive culture. I do have training in trauma-informed care, which I think is beneficial for all educators, not just building leaders. My experience, I'm still currently a 2nd grade teacher at Park Elementary in Lyons. And prior to that, I did run a after-school program for in Sterling, Kansas, and I was the director of that, where we had 45 students enrolled. My education, I graduated from Sterling College with my bachelor's in elementary education. Kansas State University, I graduated with my ESL endorsement, and then Fort Hays State University with my master's in educational administration, anticipated for next month. Licensure, I am licensed for elementary education, K-6, and for K-6 professional English for speakers of other languages. That's my endorsement, and hopefully I can add the educational administrator on there as well soon. If we go to my activity form, we can see that all of my activities are in here. They are, they tend to go based on the standard, and there are well over the number of hours that we needed for this course. My component tracker, this was really beneficial while I was completing my portfolio in those hours, marking off the district, elementary, and secondary, and then also which activity I was in, standard component I was able to meet. So we can see I met all of them at every level, and then did an extra number of them, especially for elementary, as that is my goal area. And where most of my activities came from. Administrative verification forms. This is from our superintendent, Bill Day. This is Derek Carlson. He is our middle school principal. And then my elementary principal here, John Cannon. My annotated bibliography. This was honestly my least favorite part of this entire portfolio, although I did find it very beneficial as I gained a lot of knowledge on multiple subjects. I also gained a lot of resources, so time-consuming but very beneficial. So we can go down. We have each specific question followed by the citation, followed by my annotations, the summary, assessment, and reflection, and then we go on with another citation, and that continues for the 3rd, and then we move on to the next question. There are 38 pages total for my bibliography, and I really find that, like I said, it was beneficial for me, even though I didn't necessarily enjoy all of that. So now we have my district activities. We can see that I have multiple artifacts on every page. I wanted to make sure I had at least 2 on every page to show that we did this, and it wasn't always just me. It was collaborative, such as you can see here. Being a part of the district leadership team really provided me with a lot of district level experience. We can see that I also used course materials as well. So that is my district presentation. I'll go to the secondary one now, as that's the next shortest. For my secondary, I really utilized our redesign process for this because I worked closely with those teachers and that principal a lot. And then I also utilized several assignments from my courses that we did for that. But like you can see here, this is based on something that I worked with the secondary middle school to complete. And then there is standard 6 with some more data based on the secondary school and the middle school and what we discovered by recording that data. And the elementary presentation. This is the longest. As I said, this is my focus, and this is where my true love really is. I've worked extensively with my administrator for several years. And then it was really beneficial to begin recording these once I started this program, and keeping track of them really helped me to realize just how much I do at the administrative level. There are 19 slides for this. And then finally, my reflection. This was fun to type and write because it really helped me to reflect and think critically about this course or this program, and how much it really has helped me to be confident in my skills to be a building leader. It's hard to not get emotional when I think about where I've come from and what I can be. My expectations were a lot different for this course. I really thought there was going to be a lot more shadowing, but I did realize that I did a lot of that. It just wasn't necessarily in each individual day. Still completed tons of hours of activities and work and assignments and working with other administrators and the superintendent, and it really was beneficial. This program was amazing. For the conjecture stage, the question that I asked was, what additional tasks might an administrator be expected to do that are not necessarily a common aspect of their position? And then, how can the administrator work to balance all of these responsibilities expected with their typical workload? As I stated in here, my current principal discussed with me multiple times how he was asked to be the migrant coordinator, the ESL director, and cover multiple positions when he first started. He did eventually pass those on to someone else, but it seems like it's common, at least within my current district, sort of an unwritten rule that when you're newly hired as an administrator, you also take on other tasks. So it's really about time management, collaboration, working with other people, not forcing yourself to do everything, and then understanding that you have got to control your time properly. For the program reflection, I noted several assignments and activities that I really enjoyed. School law was one of my favorite classes, as well as special education for school leaders. I really feel like those were two of the best courses for me, just because I didn't have much knowledge in them prior to completing those. But I really truly loved all of the courses. The data analysis and assessment was really interactive and exciting for me. It was time consuming to learn all of those formulas and complete the spreadsheets, but it was so beneficial. And I have tools and resources now that can help me in the future when I am a building leader to work on my data analysis with my teachers. So that's my portfolio. I appreciate you taking the time to view it and review it, and I look forward to being a building leader someday. Thank you.